Be honest with me. When you set up your LinkedIn profile, did you literally just copy and paste your resume and dump it into your LinkedIn profile? I know, right? Guilty. I've heard it way too many times with way too many professionals. They just tell me I copy and pasted my resume into my LinkedIn profile. And what happens? It's costing you the attention of recruiters. It's costing you inbound opportunities. It's costing you visibility. And the most frustrating part is that most professionals don't even realize what they're doing. A lot of people think, oh, I completed my LinkedIn profile. It says I completed all the sections. I have 5-star. That's it. It's done. But your resume and your LinkedIn profile are two completely different things that serve different purposes. So stay with me today. I'm answering some common questions that come up when we're talking about LinkedIn versus resume. And by the end of this video, I want you to be one of those people who tells me, no, I don't copy paste my resume into my LinkedIn profile because I've learned better. I'm Lisa Appia. I'm a certified career strategist and executive coach for introverted leaders. And on this channel, I help high achieving introverts turn their competence into compensation. We're talking about higher pay, better roles, and the freedom to choose where you work and where you live. I am an introvert myself who's been promoted 5 times in less than 8 years, and now I've helped over 400 professionals optimize their LinkedIn profiles, boost their careers, and land 6-figure roles. So let's get into the first question. What is the actual difference between your resume and your LinkedIn profile? So this is a lot simpler than a lot of people actually think. Your resume is a targeted document. You send it to one company for one specific role. You tailor it, you customize it, and it goes exactly where you're sending it. Your LinkedIn profile, on the other hand, it's a living personal brand. It can be seen by recruiters, by hiring managers, by colleagues, by clients. Anyone who literally Google searches you will most likely find your LinkedIn profile as one of the first things that shows up in the search. So it's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when you're not actively looking for a job. So that's the clear distinction. Your resume gets you interviews. Your LinkedIn profile gets recruiters to come to you. Those are two completely different goals, which means they need two completely different approaches and strategies. When you treat them the same, you're solving for one goal and completely ignoring the other. And the one you're ignoring is the one that works while you sleep. Okay, question number 2. Why does copying and pasting your resume into your LinkedIn profile actually hurt your job search? Essentially, it just makes you sound and look like everyone else because that's what everyone else is doing. And at senior levels, being like everyone else is actually very expensive because recruiters will only spend a few seconds scanning through your LinkedIn profile and deciding whether they're going to keep reading. And so it's important that your LinkedIn profile actually catches their attention for them to be able to recognize that, oh, this is the person that has the qualifications we're looking for. Let me reach out to them and ask them for their resume. And that's typically the order and how the conversation goes. The recruiter will find you, find your skills, see your information, and then they'll reach out for your resume. They're not looking for the exact same information from your resume to your LinkedIn profile. So it's quite important that you take the time to actually optimize your LinkedIn profile for what LinkedIn is actually going to help you rank higher for in the searches. LinkedIn is ultimately a search engine. Recruiters, hiring managers, they go there and they type specific keywords. They're looking for a project manager. They're looking for a business analyst. And you need to make sure that those keywords that they're looking for are in the relevant sections of your LinkedIn profile. So this is your headline, your about section, your experience. You simply do not show up in searches if you don't have the relevant keywords in the appropriate places in your profile. So copying and pasting your resume doesn't optimize it for those relevant keywords. It's just transferring good content, yes, if you have a strong resume, but it's not the right format. Let me tell you a story about the power of optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Patricia came to me. She essentially had never really used LinkedIn. Like a lot of people, she had a LinkedIn profile. It wasn't optimized. And she was in a workplace that had become toxic, and she was really just needing to find another role as soon as possible. And she would tell me things like, oh, people often tell me that recruiters reach out to them on LinkedIn, but nobody has ever reached out to me on LinkedIn. And so we got to work looking at our LinkedIn profile, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know why nobody's reaching out to you, because your profile is simply not optimized. And I do have another video where I walk you through the entire process of how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So I'll link it right above so you can check that video out. But essentially, we followed the steps that I teach in that video to optimize your profile, starting from the top of the profile, adding the banner, then adding the headline, making sure that the headline is keyword rich for the words that she wanted to be found for. We optimized her about section to speak to the need that the company currently has. And then we added the skills. We also added her education. So really making sure that the profile was complete and really optimized so that a recruiter who's looking for her skill set could find her. So 3 weeks later, she got a message from a recruiter on LinkedIn, and we were on a coaching call, and she was like, oh, I think it's a scam. And so I looked at the message and we went through it. I'm like, girl, this is real. Like, this is happening. This is what you wanted. You wanted recruiters to reach out to you. They're reaching out to you. So basically, it was an actual opportunity, and she's in the process now of interviewing for that opportunity. So that's the power of optimizing your LinkedIn profile. It helps recruiters actually find you, find your skill set, and then this could lead to interviews and an actual job opportunity. So if this is resonating with you and you're wondering why your LinkedIn is not getting the traction that you want it to get, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I help high achieving introverts build visibility, land better roles, and get paid what they're worth. And I post strategies like this on a weekly basis, so don't miss the next one. Question number 3, what should your LinkedIn say that your resume does not? A good question that comes up often when I do my free live trainings. If you want to join the next one, check out the link in the description. But this is a good question because it helps really understand what is the distinction between the LinkedIn profile and your resume. So your LinkedIn profile should have 3 things your resume typically doesn't. The first one is that your story is told typically in the first person. On your resume, we don't use I. Every statement starts with an action verb, and the I is implied. And it's very formal in terms of the structure, in terms of the design. Your LinkedIn profile, on the other hand, can be written very conversationally, in your own voice, in the first person. It allows you to showcase your personality in a way that your resume never will. And you have to think of your LinkedIn profile almost like a sales page, where you're telling people who you are, what you do, why they should connect with you, and in a way that sounds real, in a way that sounds human, whereas your resume is still very much a very formal document. The second thing to keep in mind is that your resume has a space constraint in terms of, depending on the level of experience you have. I know that I'm talking most likely to senior leaders who have 10 to 15 years of experience. So let's say your resume is a page and a half, 2 pages. Maybe if you're an executive, we're talking about a 3-page resume. So that's a limitation in terms of how much information you can share. You're really just sharing a snapshot of your career. You don't have that space limitation with your LinkedIn profile. You can put that volunteer work, you can put the courses or certifications, the awards, you can add that information, even the projects that you've worked on. However, keeping in mind, you still want those things to be relevant. The third distinction is social proof. On LinkedIn, you can add a recommendations section, you can add featured posts, you can add articles, you can add media mentions, and all these things can't go on your resume typically. So your resume basically is like, I'm great, look at me, these are all the wonderful things I've done. Your LinkedIn profile, however, shows that other people also recognize the wonderful things that you've done. Somebody has written you a recommendation and said, yes, this person is exactly who they say they are, and they've achieved all these things. The media has written about you, has featured you, you spoke at a conference. Those are all things that you can showcase on your LinkedIn profile that enable you to have social proof. So it's not just you saying you're wonderful, your LinkedIn profile is also showing other people think you're wonderful as well, which builds your credibility. So next question, how do I actually rewrite the experience section on my LinkedIn profile? First thing you want to keep in mind is keep it high level. Remember that your LinkedIn profile can be found literally by anybody. Anybody who decides to Google search you can find your LinkedIn profile. So you want to share enough for a recruiter to know that you are qualified, to understand the value that you bring, but you don't want to go so deep that you're now exposing confidential information about your company publicly, or that people will be able to steal your identity. So think of it in terms of giving people enough to be intrigued and want to reach out to ask for your resume, but not a full debrief of everything that you've ever worked on. Second thing to keep in mind is add media, add proof. LinkedIn lets you attach files. It lets you add links, presentations, videos. These are all like case studies. These are all results. It helps you bring your LinkedIn profile to life, right? So it helps people actually see what you've done. If you have pictures, leverage that. LinkedIn is still social media. A lot of people come there and they're not really reading. So add that visual element. It really makes a difference, and you can add that in your experience section as well. The third thing to keep in mind is keep it current, keep it relevant. The same as your resume, right? You need to keep the information on your resume relevant to the target that you have. But the mistake that I see people make with their LinkedIn profile is that they have jobs dating from 20 years ago or 15 years ago when they first set up their LinkedIn profile, and they've just been accumulating the jobs, but some of these old positions may not be relevant. That information may not reflect who you are or where you're actually going. So you want to make sure that the experience is aligned with what you're targeting. And your LinkedIn profile is going to evolve just like you evolve as a professional. Okay, next question. What do recruiters actually look for when they land on your LinkedIn profile? So just like you're scanning through different profile information, different things you see online. That's typically what recruiters are doing as well. They're trying to make a decision whether this profile is worth their time, whether this profile actually has what they're looking for in the role that they're trying to recruit for. So your LinkedIn profile has one main job: to communicate that you solve the problem that the recruiter is currently looking to hire for. So every section of your profile should be working towards that goal, speaking directly to the hiring manager, speaking directly to the recruiter to tell them, hey, you have a hiring need. I have a skill set that solves that hiring need. I can be that person to come into your company and actually make a difference. You are the solution to their problem. That's what your LinkedIn profile should do for you. In any hiring decision, the recruiter, hiring manager, they're wondering what's in it for them. They're going to make an investment as a company to bring you on, start doing an interview process that costs them money. They're going to decide maybe to hire you, to onboard you. Are you going to stay at the company? All those things are business decisions that they're trying to make. They're trying to understand what's in it for them. So your LinkedIn profile needs to answer that question. And that's exactly what we did with Patricia. We made sure that her entire LinkedIn profile was rebuilt around the problems that she solves and the value that she brings to organizations. Her headline went from just a job title to a clear statement of her value and the problem she solves for the company. Other question I get a lot: do I actually need a LinkedIn profile, or is my resume enough? Honestly, no, you don't need a LinkedIn profile. If you don't want one, you don't need a LinkedIn profile. However, here's what you're missing out on when you don't have one. As I was saying, your resume goes where you send it. It lands in one inbox at a time. LinkedIn works for you around the clock. Whether you are actively job searching or not, your LinkedIn profile can be bringing opportunities for you. So when a recruiter is looking for someone with your skill set and your background, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you are simply not going to exist as part of that search. You are literally invisible before the conversation even starts. So while you don't need a LinkedIn profile, having one that is optimized means that opportunities can find you instead of you always chasing after opportunities. In addition to that, one feature that LinkedIn has that your resume just doesn't have is the open to work. This is a setting that signals to recruiters that you are open to new opportunities. You can make it visible to everybody with the green banner, or you can decide to turn it on for recruiters only. Whatever option that you decide, it's okay, but this is a feature that enables you to be found on LinkedIn, and you can't do that with your resume. So your LinkedIn profile, your resume, two different tools that serve two different purposes. Your resume is targeted, more formal. It's built for one specific opportunity you're targeting. Your LinkedIn is open to the whole world: recruiters, hiring managers, industry peers, potential clients, and it works for you 24/7. So your resume will typically get you interviews, whereas your LinkedIn profile will get opportunities to come to you. So your goal now is to tell your story, show your impact, and sound like yourself. And I hope that you'll leverage LinkedIn to be able to do that. If this video gave you any value at all, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I help high achieving introverts turn their competence into compensation. Every single week I post here, and I would love to see you in the next video. So go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what is one thing that you're going to be changing on your LinkedIn profile today. I would love to read your comment and respond as well. In this video right here, I teach you how to turn on the open to work feature if that's a feature that you haven't turned on yet. So I will see you in that one. I'm Lisa Appiah. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.